However, if I wanted to start again from scratch, but I wanted just to pay cash and I wanted to walk in and buy every single item that we have in the collection again, and that means our collection is worth What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free trading game collection challenge, the series where I look to build a video game collection without spending any money on it whatsoever. If you want to know how we've managed to accumulate this collection, go back and check out the playlist. There are nearly 50 videos for you to trawl through at your own leisure, of course, and you'll be able to see how we've managed to collect literally everything that you see behind me in that series. Now, a little bit of a recap on last episode. It was a little bit boring. I'm going to try and fly through this as fast as possible so we can get back to the actual collecting and buying, but we kind of need an update. So here it is. In the last episode, we went through the PlayStation 4 section of the collection. I gave you the trade value and the purchase value, how much it would cost for me to go into CEX and buy what we already have. So the trade value was £230.60, and it would have cost us £372 if we wanted to go in there with a credit card or cash or whatever it may be and buy all of the games that we have again. Now, I'm going to go through every other console and the accessories and the consoles themselves in this video, but I'm going to fly through it. I'm maybe going to talk about like 4 or 5 games the entire time, and we're just going to go through it as fast as possible, give you the figure, and then in the next episode I have some credit, I have things to buy, things to show off, a little bit of a CEX drama. Not really drama, but it's a bit of a controversy in my opinion, but we'll go through that in future episodes. So without any further ado, the Wii U. Our most expensive Wii U game is Mario and Sonic at the 2016 Rio Olympic Games. That trades in for £9. You can buy it for £15. The total trade value of our Wii U section is £52.60, and to buy would be £91. Moving on to the Wii, we don't have many Wii games, unfortunately, and there aren't that many I want to pick up over time. The most expensive one we have is Mario Kart, which trades in for £9. You can buy it for £15. The total Wii trade value is £22.80, and it would cost £39.50 to buy. The GameCube is quite a disappointing place. We only have 2 games, Resident Evil and WrestleMania. £4.60 in trade for the whole thing, which is really disappointing, and only £13 to buy. Then we move on to the Switch. Now the Switch is, obviously there's not many games in my Switch collection, but what we have is pretty decent games. So the most expensive is the Mario what is it? Mario Strikers Battle League Football. That's what they've decided to call it. There's just, I don't get it. But that would cost you £35 to buy and £23 in trade. The one that really did surprise me from the Switch, though, was this. Surviving the Aftermath. That, I don't remember spending £22 on it, but that's how much it would cost you now if you wanted to go in and buy it, and they would give you £14 in trade. I'm going to try my best and go back and find out how much we paid for that, because I don't remember spending £22 on that game. The total Switch collection trades in for £89, and it would cost £138 if I wanted to buy it. So the Xbox One section is actually very disappointing. Not many games in it. Not a lot of value in it either. Total trade is £26.20, and it would cost £44 to buy. The Xbox 360 section has been bolstered recently when we went into a charity shop and picked up a whole host of games. We do have some to trade in as well, but it has boosted the total trade value to £38.40, but it would cost you £77 to buy my entire Xbox One collection. The most expensive game in it, a game that I wasn't going to keep, but I am now, Left 4 Dead 2. I really like this game, and I don't know why I put it in the trade pile. I think it's because it was one of the most valuable game that we picked up that day, but it has a fair few scratches, so I don't know if they would take it or not anyway, but it would trade in for £6, or you can buy it for £10. But we're going to keep it anyway. So these next few sections I'm just going to run through very quickly. PlayStation 1, the entire collection, will trade in for £30. It would be about £75 to buy. That being the most expensive game in it. Would probably sell for about £15, believe it or not. I know it's a sports game, but it does come with a Metal Gear Solid demo, playable, the manual and the original ISS Pro disc, and it's all in very good condition. I've sold it before for £15. I could do it again. In fact, I think I sold it for 20 the first time round. But anyway, the PlayStation 3 selection's only got about 4 or 5 games in it. It's not really worth an awful lot. £8.50 to buy, £2.40 to trade. The N64 collection is quite poor as well. That would be £19 to trade, £40 to buy, Star Wars being the most expensive game in there. Not included Micro Machines, by the way. That is up for sale, and it won't be staying in the collection as far as I'm concerned at the moment anyway. Sega Saturn, only 2 games in it so far. Worldwide Soccer 97 and 98, which means it would trade for £4.90, and it would cost you £13 to buy, which I think is actually a lot more than it should be. Accessories wise, we only have 2 to speak of. There are a couple of memory cards and things, I'm not including those. N64 controller trades in for 4, would cost you £10 to buy, and then a PlayStation 4 controller, which is actually £43 trade and £65 to buy, and that is the berry blue. I really like that controller, to the point where I like it too much to use it, so it's kind of just on the shelf behind me that you can't really see, unfortunately. But that takes the total accessories to £47 in trade and £75 to buy. Then we come to the PS2 section, which is £22.60 to trade, but get this, £70.50 if you want to buy it. The discrepancy between those two figures is crazy. I'm guessing CEX as a company have had an awful lot of PS2 games traded lately, but not many people are buying them. So maybe the prices of the PS2 games could trickle down over time. Possibly. Not everything, but a lot of them. Most expensive game in the collection, Need for Speed Most Wanted. They won't take it, unfortunately, because it's too badly scratched. Insane Games won't even take it, so that's how badly scratched it is. But it does work. I have played it, and it does work. I would prefer the 360 version, but I'm going to have to make do. That is £8. Then we come to the Mega Drive collection. Now, this is the final one before we jump into the consoles, and we'll be brief there as well. Mega Drive-wise, total trade, £189, but again, the discrepancy between the trade and the purchase prices is quite considerable. However, first game to mention is the most expensive one in the collection, and that is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Have thought about maybe trading that in once or twice for a couple of other games, Home Alone being one of them, but we've held on to it. Has dropped in price, unfortunately. It's now only worth 40. It was worth 45 when we first picked it up. Trades in for 28. That came in a bundle with a console and quite a few other games, one of which has dropped down a lot, and that is Hellfire. Didn't know anything about that game when I first picked it up. I apologise if there's glare, by the way. Didn't know anything about it, but it had recently sold completed listings on eBay for about £70, 60 to 70, in very good condition. But CEX now sell it for £35, £23 credit, which is a little low, and this is in very good condition as well. The manual is untouched, the artwork is fantastic. It is a very, very good condition game, so I reckon I could probably touch 40 to maybe 50 if I was lucky, but I liked it a lot when I played it, so I'm going to keep it. And one thing I nearly forgot to mention, the total value of the Mega Drive collection then is £363. And very briefly, before we get into the console, something else I completely forgot about. We have 2 PlayStation 5 games that just completely slipped my mind. So Hitman 3, which I'm still looking forward to play and haven't got round to yet, trades in for 16, they sell it for 25. And then Mortal Kombat 11, which trades in for 10 and they sell for 15, which means if we traded both of those, we'd get 26 and we'd have to buy them again for £40. Move on to the consoles, and this is what's going to boost the figure quite considerably. So not in any particular order whatsoever. The Wii U, I picked that up for, I think it was about £70, but it came with 4 Wii controllers, all different colours, with Wii Motion Plus built in, and games, and it was boxed as well. They will give £100 in trade and £150 to buy that console. Now I don't know whether they'll give me more because it's the Mario Kart edition and it would come with Mario Kart. Probably not, but I don't know. So we're just going to go off whatever the website says. So £150 to buy. The Wii, no frills on that one. It is the bog standard Wii controller nunchuck, and that's it. £18 in trade and £28 to buy. Then the Xbox One. Now I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in another video because I'm actually tempted to cash in on this and trade it. £73 trade. It cost us 50, but we also got a few other things with it as well. And £110 to buy. Why am I tempted to get rid of it? I will then be without an Xbox. Well, there's a little bit more to it. I'll talk about that in another video, but there we are. N64, a little bit disappointed with the figure on this one. £46 in trade, £70 to buy. It is unboxed though. And then I forgot about this. So Mega Drive, unboxed, £30 trade, £45 to buy. Now you're thinking, you've got a boxed Mega Drive. Yes, I do. And in that box that you may not be able to see, there is a Mega Drive, but I also have one down there. I forgot I had 2 of them. At one point, I think we had 3. We maybe even had 4. But our boxed Mega Drive trades in for 46, and it would cost £70 to buy. If I put that boxed Mega Drive on eBay, I would get £100 for it every single day of the week. It is in such good condition. That's why it's still in the box. That's why I've kept that one down there, because I don't want to take that out of the box. It is pristine. I love it. So the Switch. This is something that really shocked me, the Switch price. It cost us £220 to buy. It was free because we got it with all the credit that we'd accumulated over the few weeks, and it was in a very early video actually. But that trades in for £156, but they charge £235. So it's gone up £15 since we bought it. The Switch is still available, they're still making them, but it's gone up in price. That surprised me a lot. I've seen them on Facebook fairly recently, the lights, the OLEDs, of course, and just the bog standard Switches, and they're all up there for what I consider to be, ish, like on par pricing. Turns out they're actually a little bit cheaper because CEX have upped their price. So I've actually been tempted to go in on a few on Facebook and maybe buy 1 or 2, trade them, maybe sell one on, etc. I don't know, maybe I'll look into that a little bit more. Then we move into the final 2 consoles. The PlayStation 3, it is only, I think, a 40 gig, trades in for £33. They sell it for 50. And then the PlayStation 2, this has gone up a little bit as well. Not by much, but it has gone up enough to make me want to dive back into the possible realm of trading it. So it's boxed, and they give £84 for it, which is crazy. It just isn't worth that, is it? But they sell it, or at least they try to. I can't imagine anyone ever buys these. £120, which means if we trade all our consoles in, they would give me £586 in credit. But if I wanted to buy them, £878. That's mad. And that brings us to the end of this very painstaking video, probably to watch and definitely to compile. It has been an absolute nightmare, one of my least favourite videos to do, but it needed to be done, and now that it's done, I will keep on top of it, and we'll have an accurate figure going forward. So if I wanted to trade it all in, didn't do the cash price, I've only done credit, if I wanted to trade it in, I would get £1,391.10 in credit. However, if I wanted to start again from scratch, but I wanted just to pay cash, and I wanted to walk in and buy every single item that we have in the collection again, and that means our collection is worth £2,337.50. That is considerably more than I thought it was originally. I think we were at 1,007, so things have gone up and down, and we've obviously included a lot more than we did in the first place. Now I'm on top of it, and I have an Excel sheet with everything in it. I can update it as I go, so I'll never need to do one of these again. So if figures fluctuate between episodes, you kind of know why prices are going up and down. The only things that I haven't included are the pops. So these here, not included. Hopefully you can see those. And there's a Balrog up there as well. They're worth about £10 each, so we could add £30. I'm going to leave them off for now until I decide whether I'm actually going to do that, because we do also have, and it's under my desk, a Killzone collectible helmet as well that would be worth something if I sold it on eBay rather than trying to trade it in, because CX wouldn't take it. So it'll be interesting. Maybe Insane Games would take it. I don't know. But I will leave those out for now. We're just going to include the CEX related items. So 2,300 and something is, I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy. But in the next episode, we're going to add to it. We're going to go out and buy some things to trade. We're going to go add some things to the collection. If you have enjoyed this episode, do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.